Babe of the day. Babe of the day. Alaina Huffman. This week I'm highlighting Red Hot Redheads. Come back Wednesday for Maggie Geehaw, known for playing the supervillainous Poison Ivy in Gotham, and the dim-witted teacher Abby Spencer in Mr. Iglesias. Unlike Maggie, Alaina is not always a redhead. As a matter of fact, she rocks a lot of different hair colors, but I think she's at her hottest as a redhead. It suits her best, especially as the villain character Abaddon in Supernatural. More on that later. This video's riddle. Alaina Huffman started off as a model citizen, but soon took to fighting crime. First in the DEA, then in fishnets. After a few years in space, she dropped back down to Earth as a demon, and it's been fun ever since. What am I saying? Have I flipped? Not this time. Everything I just said will make perfect sense. Just keep watching. Alaina has led quite an interesting life. She was born as Alaina Kalange in Canada. Her last name did not become Huffman until she married her husband, John Huffman, in 2003. Even then, she was not credited as Alaina Huffman until 2007 when she became a regular in the series Painkiller Jane. She could have started acting at the age of 13. Roles were offered to her. Instead, she was discovered by a modeling agency and did that for years, gracing the high fashion runways of Europe and Japan. Alaina's parents moved to Dallas, Texas. She moved to America as well and left modeling behind. Instead, she went to college. While in school, she started taking on acting roles in independent movies and film shorts. It wasn't long at all until she started getting into mainstream TV shows and movies. As early as 2002, she played Rena the Hot Girl in an episode of Dawson's Creek. That same year, she played a spa receptionist in the excellent comedy Serving Sarah, starring Matthew Perry and Elizabeth Hurley. It was such a small part that if you blink you'll miss it, but it was still a good project to be involved with. The next year, though, the credits really started coming in notable shows like True Calling and The O.C. Until 2007, it was all smaller roles. Then, along came Painkiller Jane. Painkiller Jane was a good show that only ran for one season. It was based on an independent comic book. The comic, and later the series, developed cult followings. Kristanna Loken played the title character, Jane Vasco. She was a DEA agent forced to work with another, highly secretive agency to take out human mutants with mental powers. Jane herself has an odd ability. She can't be killed. However, she still feels the pain of her injuries after they heal. Alaina plays Maureen Bowers, Jane's best friend and former DEA partner. The show ended the same year it started, but after this, Alaina started getting bigger parts in more high-profile shows. Alaina's character of Maureen actually gets killed off in the 12th episode. What a bummer! No wonder the show only lasted a year. What's up with that? From 2008 to 11, Alaina played the superheroine Black Canary in 6 episodes of the hit series Smallville. I have always loved the Black Canary character in comics. Alaina was a spectacular physical choice for the character. The costume was a good match to the comics. Black leather and fishnets. However, the look of this character is pretty jacked up in Smallville. Black Canary has extremely short blonde hair instead of long flowing locks. And she has a painted-on black and yellow domino mask that makes her look like a raccoon. Her hair did not become long until her last appearances in Season 10. Like the comics, she has a sonic scream and is an expert martial artist. For some reason, though, this version of the character messes with throwing knives. Her backstory is a bit different too, to suit the show. In her civilian guise of Dinah Lance, she is a conservative talk show host who worked at the Daily Planet newspaper. This series also did another interesting flip on the character. In the comics, Dinah Lance really has short, dark hair and wears a blonde wig when she becomes Black Canary. In this show, Dinah wears a brunette wig in her civilian form, hiding her natural blonde hair. I thought Alaina did a good job for this interpretation of the character, and she was certainly ideal for playing superheroines. In 2008, Alaina was in the second of the 3 Jack Hunter TV movies. My brother and I like these. They're like Indiana Jones. Alaina played Lena Hallstrom and Jack Hunter in the quest for Akhenaten's tomb. From 2009 to 11, Alaina played First Lieutenant Tamara Johansson in the TV series Stargate Universe. The series lasted 2 seasons, and like in Smallville, she had blonde hair. During all this time, since 2007, Alaina had one-off parts in a number of other popular shows like CSI New York, CSI Miami, and the superhero show Alphas. Beginning in 2013, she started playing what I think is her most fascinating character. Alaina was a major antagonist in the dark action fantasy series Supernatural. She played the demon Abaddon in 8 episodes of the popular long-running series. This was quite a good bit of acting. Abaddon was a high class of demon, one of the Knights of Hell. Abaddon was the last remaining Knight of Hell. Her ultimate goal was to become Queen of Hell, taking leadership away from Crowley. If you're not familiar with the show, Lucifer, the devil, was out of the picture and not in control of Hell. Besides taking over Hell, Abaddon wanted to make the entire human race her demon army. This is pretty heavy stuff, and Abaddon is an extremely intense character. It's quite surprising, then, that Abaddon should be as hot and appealing as she is. Abaddon is an extremely violent character, one of the most physically violent characters in the series. She brutally kills people. She, herself, is met with much violence. Still, Abaddon is very foxy. In an earlier video, I talk about Emily Swallow as Amara, the sister of God in Supernatural. Another hot villainess, Amara is infinitely more powerful than Abaddon. As a matter of fact, she's stronger than God. However, Amara is not as bloody violent as Abaddon. Amara is also more ticked off than she is evil, and does have some redeeming qualities. The two never meet up because Abaddon gets killed before Amara is even introduced in the series. However, a confrontation would be extremely short. Still, between the two, Abaddon was far more violent and demented. In the Supernatural series, every angel and demon uses a human host for their body while on Earth. We find out, through the course of Abaddon's appearances, that she took over the body of beautiful red-headed Josie Sands way back in 1958. Josie was actually a good person who sacrificed her body to Abaddon in order to save Henry Winchester, the grandfather of the Winchester brothers, who were the heroes of the series. Abaddon was bad, 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 and when she finally dies, she does so in glorious fashion. Dean Winchester uses a special weapon called the First Blade to stab Abaddon to death. He then repeatedly stabs her over and over. By the end of it all, there isn't much left of Abaddon but a bad memory. Alaina's Abaddon is a good character. It's hard to make a character like this appealing, but Alaina did it perfectly. I don't think this role could ever be successfully imitated by another actress. Alaina really owns Abaddon. After this, in 2016, she got the lead in an action TV movie called Amber Alert that aired on the Lifetime network. In it, she plays a detective who is a crisis negotiator. She goes up against a man who has kidnapped a bus full of school children for ransom money. Alaina is actually good in a straight action, non-fantasy type of show, and I'd like to see her do more of this kind of stuff. 2016 was also the year Alaina and her husband divorced. They have 4 children together. Alaina played an important character in the 2018 horror film The Perfection, shown on Netflix. In 2020, she was in 8 episodes of the sci-fi series The 100. From 2022 to 23, she was in 7 episodes of Riverdale, playing Twyla Twist. For some reason, most of the stuff Alaina has been in is weird. Even if you like it, you have to admit it's weird. She's very talented as an actress and can pull it off, but I do hope that she starts doing some more regular stuff like action movies and family comedies. For her beauty, talent, and the ability to successfully pull off any look or character, Alaina Huffman is an easy choice for Babe of the Day, Babe of the Day.